if you buy a salvage car or you buy from the garage people and they can't tell you anything about the car,
they won't tell you. Even if they know, they won't tell you.
The truth is, I don't trust their mileage.
You shouldn't trust.
Yes, me, I don't trust it.
You should not. And I'm telling you on authority because I have done the work. I have a video on TikTok. You can go and check it out.
I think
yes, I have. None of them. I went out one day, checked on cars prices and the mileage that was there. All of them were clocked. In fact, a friend of mine, a schoolmate of mine, who happens to be a pastor of one of these churches, they wanted to buy him a car, and for his level, there was a particular level of car that he could get. So he told me, and I went there making calls, to get him a good car, And I called this gentleman, and he told me, "Oh, if I want car, he can change the mileage for me."
I mean, with mileage, recently I just sold. I had the previous car before this one, so it was from my cousin. I got it from my cousin, but it was a second hand. We got it from Canada, but we were servicing at the dealership.
Yeah.
So throughout the entire, I mean, it was from the dealership. Everything from the dealership. If you have to buy something, buy from Canada and replace. So the mileage on the car, we've used the car for more than 10 years or 15 years, but the mileage is under 100,000.
Yeah.
If you see the car, the condition, and how we keep the car in the house is more or less in the garage. So the sun, the paint,
everything was perfect.
Interior, everything was perfect. So when I was saying, I mean, regards to resale value, had a better value.
Yes,
when I tell people about the mileage, like they don't believe.
They don't believe it.
Yes. Not touch the mileage.
Tell you.
And I was able to. That was the car I sold, and I had to top up and buy this one.
one.
So the mileage sometimes, it's very tricky. The kind of, and also the what do you call it? The owner, how the person treats the car. As well.
Yes, you see, there are two different conversations. Cars with original mileage. And buying and how to determine, sometimes the car will look old, but the mileage will be very, very low.
Yeah.
Because the person who handles the car, probably they beat on it. I happen to have to drive one of our office cars on a trip. And the car had a relatively, for a truck, the mileage was really low. But when I moved the car, I said, so I asked them, I said, "Oh, this car, they were using it, for some, for some mining activities, and then we had to ask them to bring it back. So that is why, So those are some of the things. And like I said, people have different driving styles, different styles, or even keeping the car, not even the driving style, but like what we say, some people will
how they will even accelerate.
All these things. So apart from the mileage, you have to look at the car and always drive the car. Okay, if you're going to buy a car, we won't waste too much time because it's off topic. If you want we are going to buy a car, after you have verified it. As for the mileage, you have to verify it. You have to verify it. In fact, some of these high-end cars, BMWs, Mercedes, some of them, even the scanner can tell you the original. Even when they clock it, the scanner can tell you, a good scanner can tell you the original. Because, these days, they will say, when you change BMW headlight, they say coding. So you have to code the light even before it works. And there are several reasons. Those who don't understand think that it's BMW trying to, cash in, by selling you expensive parts. But there is a reason. They are high-end parts. If these laser headlights, one is several thousands of dollars. Okay, so even now, there's a story I read where in Europe and in America, Porsches, people just go and they rip the headlights out.
It's very easy to,
because the headlights are really headlights are really, really, really expensive. So people just go around. You get it, and they're creating a whole market on. So if I just rip it and put it on eBay, who knows where it came from?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You get it. So some of the manufacturers will say, okay, if that's the case, then every part in the car will be, or most of the value parts will be coded. because already the part already has an ECU. The headlight is intelligent, so it has an ECU anyway. So whatever the VIN number on the car, I also put that VIN number in the headlight. So when you put the headlight and the two don't match, the headlight won't work. So that it will discourage people from what? Stealing. You get it? So that is one of the reasons. Sometimes with the specification of the car and other things, all the computers on it have to talk together. So those are the reasons why some of these things are the way they are. So the mileage as well is stored in all these parts. So if you go and you change it in the cluster, yes, you alter it. Yes, it is still stored in some other module. So if you connect some particular kinds of scanners to them, it can tell you the original mileage. And I'll say that always check the mileage. Also drive the car, prod the car, touch it, smell it, look at it critically. It's your money you are spending, so take the time. If sometimes you even have to pay for some of these websites that you check the history of the car, some of them car vertical, auto start and all these things, sometimes you have to pay to get the details. If I'm buying a car and I know the kind of damage that was on the car, for example, then I'll know what to look out for. I've gone out with people, assisting them to buy cars, and if you look at how the cars were fixed, it's so shoddy, so very, very poor. That's why I'm there. If you want to buy a salvage car, most of the time you are better off bringing the car yourself.
Yeah, me personally, that's
if you can get somebody who can guide you